Hi, this is Cheryl Gallant, your Conservative Member of Parliament for the sport shooting riding of Algonquin, Renfrew-Pembroke. This week, the Public Safety Minister was caught on tape telling the truth about the great Liberal gun grab. He said he could not explain the logic behind it. He said it was about winning votes in Quebec. He confessed the gun grab would not provide full compensation. Now the Liberals are in full damage control. They are so desperate, they have decided the best option is to brazenly lie. 2 weeks ago, Carney claimed gun confiscation was not compulsory.
Confiscation. This is not about confiscation. This is about voluntary return of firearms for compensation, compensation.
Then the minister claimed the program was voluntary.
This program is voluntary.
But when a reporter finally challenged him, all he could offer up was alphabet soup.
Voluntary. How is this? You say that the program is voluntary, but after the amnesty ends, the people are not in compliance with the law. So how is this truly voluntary?
So Canadians starting in Cape Breton today will be able to enroll in the program, be able to get compensated if they were to turn their firearm in, or they will be able to get compensation if they deactivate and confirm that it's deactivated with a certificate. So it is strictly voluntary. Nobody is being forced to undertake the buyback program. Well, the expectation is that they will comply, and the order in council, as you know, is being extended from this October to October of 2026. So there is a 1-year window. Our expectations is that law-abiding citizens will abide by the law, and beyond that, the police of jurisdiction is tasked to, as you know, implement the criminal code.
This is a classic example of gaslighting. Gaslighting is when somebody lies in a way that makes you question your own sanity. It's troubling when a government tries to do this, but it gets scary when the media play along. When Trudeau first announced the great Liberal gun grab, it actually was going to be voluntary. You could turn in your newly prohibited firearms for compensation, or they would be grandfathered, meaning you could keep it until your death, at which point it would be destroyed. This made the anti-gun lobby very angry. In May of 2021, the anti-gun lobby wrote a letter to Trudeau warning that if he did not make the gun grab mandatory, they would not allow him to attend their public events. We know this because anytime the anti-gun lobby writes a letter, reporter Jim Bronskill of the Canadian Press Newswire service will issue a press release on the group's behalf. It turns out that threatening to take away Trudeau's photo ops was highly effective blackmail. Trudeau caved into the blackmail, and in 2021, the Liberal election platform said they promised to make the gun grab mandatory. So on Monday, when even Liberal-friendly media, such as the Toronto Star and the CBC, are reporting on the Public Safety Minister's taped confession, what was Jim Bronskill and the Canadian Press reporting on? That's right, the so-called news outlet that was reporting on another letter from the anti-gun lobby. The anti-gun lobby is demanding that government ban one of the most popular hunting rifles in Canada, the SKS. Yet the Liberal anti-gun lobbyist stood up in the House of Commons and claimed repeatedly that the government was not taking away hunting rifles. She's a founding member of the same group trying to get a popular hunting rifle banned. Every Canadian, whether you own a firearm or not, should be very concerned that the government is blatantly lying to push a policy. The program is targeting hunting rifles. The program is mandatory. Either you turn in your firearm, destroy your firearm, or you volunteer to go to jail. The Liberals have a long history of playing politics with defense procurement. That's buying big ticket items like submarines or computer systems. It plays well with the far left anti-American base. When Carney made the dramatic announcement that he would massively increase defense spending, it seemed for a moment that the Liberals had left their worst impulses behind them. That moment was short. After conspiracy theories started circulating on social media about the F-35, the Liberals announced they were reviewing the Liberal plan to complete the purchase of 65 F-35s. I say complete because we have already purchased 16 F-35s. Thanks to the leaks in the media, we should know the review states we should proceed with the rest of the order. Yet for no reason other than politics, the Liberals are refusing to release the review. The Liberals have been doing this for decades. Chrétien did it with the helicopters. He canceled an order, wasted a decade trying to rig the competition, and ended up spending billions more than had he just allowed the order to proceed. Our soldiers died in Afghanistan because they didn't have the airlift to take them over the bomb-laden roads. Trudeau did the exact same thing with the F-35 purchase. He refused to buy the plan in his first term. This caused a delay, which drove up the price. In the end, the Liberals had no choice but to go with the F-35s. Now the Liberals are ragging the puck. This is because they talked tough during the election campaign about being elbows up. After the election, Carney started caving on issue after issue. Last weekend, far-left protesters were out in the streets. The Liberals are looking at their internal polling numbers and are getting scared. That's why they're doubling down on the gun grab, and that is why they are playing games with procurement. According to one estimate from 2018, each F-35 contains $2.3 million in Canadian-made parts. Fuel sensors are made in Ottawa. The weapons bay doors are made in Lunenburg, Nova Scotia. The tail wing is made in Winnipeg. The landing gear is made in Laval. And just to be clear, these Canadian companies are building parts for every country's F-35 orders. Canadian companies can compete with anyone in the world and win. Now the Liberals want to put all those jobs at risk to appease a small minority of far-left voters. The Iranian-sponsored terrorist organization known as Hamas issued a statement thanking Mark Carney for his decision to recognize an imaginary Palestinian state. History will remember this act as a profile in cowardice. It's a disgusting act that rewards hostage-taking, rape, and murder. There is no Palestinian state to actually recognize. So this is all just a game of make-believe. The West Bank is governed by Fatah, its leader Abbas, trained by the Soviets. He received his hate-filled PhD from a Moscow university. Gaza is controlled by Hamas. That group is an offshoot of the Muslim Brotherhood, an organization heavily influenced by the Nazis. Israel, our democratic ally, is fighting the ghosts of Stalin and Hitler. Carney even promised to send Canadians to Gaza to act as peacekeepers. The only way that could even happen is if we pull our troops out of Latvia. So is Carney going to abandon our NATO allies so Canadian soldiers can be placed in harm's way? Now Carney claims this recognition is predicated on the Palestinians holding elections next year and excluding Hamas from any future government. So Carney will recognize a non-democratic, non-state, without a defined territory or even a single political authority in control of its territory. Meanwhile, a fully democratic country like Taiwan is unrecognized by Carney. Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan are on the front lines in the fight for democracy. But since only Ukraine is popular with leftists, only Ukraine receives our support. Iran and China are actively supporting Putin's war in Ukraine. Iran and China are actively supporting Putin's war, and the Iranian drones funded by China are killing Ukrainians. Russia and China support Iran's war on Israel. Iran and Russia will support China's attack on Taiwan. The enemies of Ukraine are the enemies of Israel and Taiwan. Sadly, we know why the Liberals only support one democracy in this fight while ignoring or hurting the other two. The Minister of Industry, Melanie Joly, made the reason clear when she told Tom Mulcair the reason, and by saying to look at the demographics in her riding. Live from Ottawa, this is Cheryl Gallant.